Hello, good evening, everybody. Welcome to Health with Soul Real Talk with Norma and Pat. How's it going, Pat?
Going excellent. I can't even talk. It is doing great. How is everyone doing?
Good,
I
good. I
am.
can't complain about anything on our side. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
great. Yeah.
So, yeah. I want to congratulate you. Miss Pat is now the NAACP is it regional director? What is it?
I'm sitting on the board, so I now sit on the national board of directors for the NACP. So they appointed me there. So we oversee the entire United States in terms of the NACP. So there's 64 board of directors, and now I'm one of those. So yeah,
Okay, awesome. Well,
lots of
congratulations.
work.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you.
So, yeah, but it's well deserved. You deserve that. You have been putting a lot of effort and everything into the community, so you deserve that. So, yeah. But,
Trying.
so what are
Thank you
we?
so much. I
So
appreciate
today
that.
we are
Yes.
talking. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. I think there's like a little delay going on, but we'll get through it. Um,
Is
we
there?
are
Yeah, and
talking
I'm wondering
about
if it's on
different
my side or your
modalities.
side. I don't know.
Oh, oh yeah. I don't know. Okay. So we're talking about different modalities of fitness. So that's our topic, and that's our
Yes.
lovely thing. So, Zumba, is that considered a different modality?
Yeah, and that would probably go under cardio and also strength training as well. I mean, there's like
Hmm.
different disciplines of the modalities. And so, Zumba is basically cardio fitness. So, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah,
Okay.
would
Yeah.
go on. It doesn't have
Yeah.
its own like subdivision or title. It just would probably go under that variant. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
So maybe
Now,
we'll explain to everybody what the modalities are. How about that? Go for it. Norm, explain to everyone out there today what the modalities are and how they can fit it into their lifestyles.
okay. So basically, when we say modalities, we're just talking about different ways to get fit. So think of it as
Right.
Zumba is one way to get fit, yoga is one way to get fit, Pilates is one way to get fit, hit high intensity training. That one, high intensity interval training, that's what it stands for, is one way. So there's different ways that you
Right.
can approach fitness that's not necessarily the gym or the traditional modalities, which is the gym, or going to lift weights and things like that. So we're talking about the different ways that you can approach fitness and get healthy other than those traditional avenues. And that's one of the reasons, that's one of my big things about anything but the gym. The reason why I call it anything but the gym, because you can do a lot of other things instead of going to the gym to get healthy. So that's what the naming of my program means. So do you have any other fitness modalities that you like to participate in?
Yeah, yeah. So, cross training is also fitting into that. If folks
Mhm.
want to do that, I mean, that can be flexibility, like you were saying, yoga is fits into that. So I like yoga. I don't want us to get way too disciplined because, like I said, we were always trying to do this, and as Norman was saying, how it fits into your lifestyle, right? So that's the reason why I like your program so much, Norma, is that anything but the gym, right? You can do whatever you need to do without having to step
Mhm.
into the gym. And so, even with
Mhm.
these different modalities, you can do that as well. You can do cardio. One way could be parking your car far away from when you go to the grocery store and or go to the mall and doing a
Yeah.
brisk walk to that shopping, establishment. That can get your
Yeah.
cardio on. Sometimes I trick myself into doing that. I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna walk real, real, real fast, and that's how I trick myself into it. Or even walking your dog, getting out there
Uh-huh.
walking the dog. So I like the cardio,
Uh-huh.
and I try to make it where it doesn't seem like cardio. That's the whole thing, right? We want to make sure that we can fit this into our lifestyles where
Mhm.
we don't realize that we're doing things to help ourselves, and you know, and how to choose what modality, what works for you, what's right for you. So,
Yeah.
and where do you,
Right.
where do you start to, where you want to start depends on what you want to do, right? So, yeah,
Mhm.
those are
Very
my
true.
favorite. I
Yes.
like cardio. I like the flexibility thing too.
You you like cardio? Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. I like, I've been trying Bikram yoga. I've done that
Okay.
one. And, when people go into the yoga studios, I didn't know what to expect when I first went. Yoga
Okay.
and Pilates they use different muscle groups compared to going and lifting weights. And those are some of
Yes.
the strongest people I have ever seen in my life. They're so strong in the yoga studios and the Pilates studios. So kudos to all you yoga people out there who love doing your yoga and who can like bounce themselves on their hands and lift a
Nope.
leg up and lift an arm up.
Nope.
Like you guys are amazing. Just
Nope.
want to say that about you. So you guys,
Yeah.
I'm
Nope.
always blown away anytime I go to the yoga sessions, and they have a hot yoga session here by my area, and I'll participate in that because I like the heat and I like the way that it sweats. It's releasing those
Okay.
toxins out of your body. So that's one of my preferred ways of getting fit and doing something else other than. Um, and then I've heard of some new ways that people have been using fitness. Um, one of them is role playing. Do you know about role playing? Mm,
I do not. You're going to have to explain that one to
no?
me. Oh, hey, look at
Okay,
Norma's got something I don't
okay.
know. Hey, right, go for it.
Think about if you remember back in the day, it was Dungeons and Dragons, like that type of
Okay.
thing, role playing. Role playing is where
Okay.
the person puts themselves in some sort of situation that is outside of their normal thing. So it could be Dungeons and Dragons.
Okay.
It could be the Renaissance Fair. You see people doing role playing for that, where they'll dress up as knights and ladies, and
Okay.
they'll go out at the Renaissance
I
Fair
like
and
that.
do that. Well, apparently there's some sort of fitness thing going on where people are combining role playing with fitness because there's been some studies that have shown that when people are able to step out of the discomfort of fitness and what's happening with their bodies, they actually have a better session. So role playing helps them step out of being winded if they're doing something cardio, or maybe their muscles are being sore. It's a really fascinating thing that's going on.
Okay.
They can remove themselves from that soreness so that they can do more reps because they're doing a role play with it. So their thoughts are on the role play,
Ah,
not on
I
the
like
exercise.
it.
Yeah. So that's a modality if people are
I
interested
like
in it,
that
how
one.
that
Okay.
goes. And I would love to know what kind of cosplaying people do if they're gonna do that one with fitness. Anyway,
Yeah.
and then,
I like
so
that. Folks, that's
yeah,
cool.
isn't it? It's really neat. It's using
Yeah, no,
psychology.
folks out there listening.
Mhm.
Yeah. Because,
Yeah.
okay, so I might be doing it, not even realizing it. So when I'm teaching Zumba classes or fitness classes, my thing is I think I'm a singer, right? I'm acting. So when I'm out there teaching these things, my role play is that I'm actually singing. So these people have to listen to me sing, right? And,
Yeah.
and, or dance. And so I'm thinking I'm this performer, this actress, and I've got this, I'm working out, but I'm singing. I'm like, I don't even know who I think I am. Which singer would I think I'm doing? I think I'm Mary J. Blige out there.
Okay.
Seriously, but yeah.
All right,
Okay, so
Mary.
I'm doing it. I don't even know. That's cool.
Yeah.
I know who I didn't realize. I like that because just like you say, for me, when I'm singing, I don't know that I'm doing all this cardio for an
Mhm.
hour, right? I mean,
Mhm.
and sweating, and I don't really like to sweat,
Uh-huh.
but that's the other thing. I don't realize I'm doing it because, I'm out there. I'm like, I got my mic on, which is, sometimes my hand, and I'm like, hey, they got to listen to me sing this song. Oh, wow.
Oh,
I'm so glad you introduced that. So
yeah.
our listeners and viewers out there, wow, that's something else.
It
I like that
isn't
role
it?
play. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, I didn't
that's
realize
cool. You'll
until
have to give us
I read
some
the
more
article.
information on that.
Yeah. I didn't realize until I read
Okay.
the article that one of the things that I do to it's almost detaching, right? Because you are putting yourself somewhere else so that you're not
Okay.
you're not feeling the burn. And one of the
Hmm.
things I end up doing when I run on the treadmill is I've noticed that I will make up stories because I like to write. So
Okay.
I'll start making like I'll start doing like synopsis of a story that
Mm.
maybe I want to a short story I want to do. And so that's what I start thinking about when I run. Um, Instead of thinking about, oh man, this I have how many more minutes left? Like, I got 20 minutes. Are you joking me? It's five. I just did five. I'm already winded. Come on.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
instead of thinking about that. So that it's a strategy on how people can get through a workout and finish it
Hmm.
and see it through. So, yeah. And I know we're talking about modalities, but that is a strategy, people, that if you would like to use it, let us know how it goes for you. If there's you're some way that you're removing yourself from the workout, let us know.
Yeah.
And we'd love to hear how other people do do that. So, yeah.
I like
But
that. I really do. I'm going to have to read up about. I'm going to have to. You're going to have to give me that information so I can go read about it because that's a pretty good strategy. Because as you said, if you distract yourself, folks, like Norman was saying, we distract ourselves from actually thinking about what we're doing, and then it just makes it easy. Because I know, like I said, sometimes when I'm teaching a class or what have you, people are like wondering why I'm screaming and hollering and what have you, and making all this noise, and I tell them it's a distraction, right? So I don't
Mhm.
know that because if I don't distract myself, I'm going to look at that clock and it's going to say I got 45 minutes to go, and I've only did this for 15 minutes, and I'm like, I'm going to listen to my body. Well, not so much to my body, but my brain telling me that I don't really want to do this long. So, I tell
Yeah.
folks sometimes to focus on your breathing because I tell them to breathe a lot,
Yeah.
and I'll tell them to make noise, and they're like, "What are you talking about? Just make some noise, clap your, get happy about it."
Yeah.
And so,
Mhm.
to our listeners and viewers, even if you're doing this at home or by yourself, or not at the gym or what have you, make it where it's effective for you, where you don't know that you're doing
Mhm.
it, or try to do something to motivate yourself and say, "Hey, you know what? I'm not going to exercise. I'm going to be Mary J. Blige. I'm going to sing a.
Yeah.
I'll become that rapper that who knows, I'm going to be Drake,
Oh, no, no, I think he's on the hit list right
Yeah.
now,
I
apparently.
get, I like it.
He him and Kendrick Lamar having something going on.
Hey, isn't it
Anyway.
something silly though? I have no clue with that, but yeah,
Yes.
I like them both. So, I mean, I
Yeah.
like their music in terms of the beats, because sometimes I just have
Uh-huh.
to not listen to the lyrics,
Yeah.
but the beats, yeah. So then
Yeah.
scratch that one. Let's go back to old school. Let's see. What, MC Hammer? No, I'm just kidding, folks. So, but
Oh, man. Yeah,
that's good
it is
because I
what
was
it is.
looking at it, with the cardio, strength training, flexibility. I guess would be the yoga, cross
Mhm.
training, all those different modalities. Those are all different disciplines of them. I
Yeah.
was even thinking when you said role playing, Norm, I was thinking maybe I could do some sparring, and thinking I'm in medieval times and I'm working out, but my imagination just went crazy. But I like it. I like
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they had, where I read this from, they have challenges for people that
Mm.
are Dragon Ball Z?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
You know
Huh.
about Dragon Ball Z? Like, they have a
Yeah.
Super Saiyan
Okay.
it's a anime, but they have, like, a Super Saiyan challenge, and the people come dressed up as Dragon Ball Z characters and
Wow. Okay. It's a character.
exercise and do
Okay.
their fitness, but they are doing it in
I
the
like it.
Dragon Ball Z. It's really fascinating.
I
So,
like.
yeah, that's something. So, you mentioned some of the other modalities. You mentioned
Mhm.
some. One that I like the mind body connection,
Hmm.
combining physical and mental health. Well, not necessarily. You could if you're a mental health provider, right? But
Hmm.
if you're
Hmm.
not a mental health provider, I'd say that falls more along the lines of the coaching, health
Okay.
coaching, and just providing a setting where people can be mindful but also physical. That's one that I really like. And
Mhm.
then recovery and mobility, that's stretching to me.
Okay.
I love a stretch. I love a good stretch.
Good stress.
So,
Yes.
I
Yeah, that's
do.
the best.
I do. Like a
Yeah.
good stretch when you stretch and then you put your massage gun. I have a massage gun. And so
Okay.
what I'll do is I'll stretch and then I'll put my massage gun right on my back and I'm stretching it out and it's just like a double whammy. Like
Okay.
that's one of my favorite modalities is just stretching.
Stretching. Yeah, I like stretching too. I mean, and sometimes I get silly because I'll go on the floor and do some silly little stretches.
Uh-huh.
Like, they're almost like not not sit ups, but but I'll go all the way down the floor and the push ups. They're like push ups,
Mhm.
and folks are looking at me like, okay, but I've been doing, and so have you too, Nora. We've been doing this a long time, so things that we do might seem difficult, but you can get there, right? Because there
Oh
is,
yeah.
if someone would have asked me or told me 25 years ago that this is what I would be doing, talking about health, nutrition,
Right.
working out, and just like you, Norma, you do life, you do coaching for fitness as well. I would have said, "Are you out? Are you insane?" So
Right.
if I can do it, folks, anybody can do it. Seriously, that's the
Yes.
reason why, and that's the good thing. That's what me and Norma also do. We try to put it out there that we're just some regular folks, right? And we
Mhm.
just want to make sure that no one, like I said, nobody has to go through what she and I went through to get to where we
Mhm.
are today, right?
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
kind of when I went to the NACP National Convention last week, and they talked a lot about health, but they did some videos, and one of the videos that they did for the AXO program, which is the Afro Scientific Technical Logical. Anyway, it's a program that they do for youth,
Mhm.
and they do short, some folks do the technical side of it and do short films. So they had this one young guy that did a short film and did the production of it, and it was, I'm going to go through it really fast, but it was a mom and a son, a teenager son, and he's trying to show his mother, who was diabetic, how to eat correctly. And this was all done
Oh,
silent.
wow.
They did not do any talking. It was all done silent. So he's showing her the different foods, and she would throw the food away. He's showing her that she needs to take her insulin, and he's showing her how she should do her shot. She wouldn't do her shot. He would
Mhm.
prepare the food. She wouldn't do that, and trying to get her to move a little bit in the chair. She wouldn't do that. And then one day, she actually she had a diabetic coma. She fainted and fell on the floor. And then when she woke up in an emergency and what have you, she realized that what her son was trying to do was try to help her change her
Mhm.
behaviors. And all this was done silent, no speaking. And he did such a great job
Mm.
of it. And towards the end, it showed where she was with him in the kitchen, cooking the correct foods, trying to move. He showed her how to take her insulin. She actually took her insulin and started practicing the things to make her have a better lifestyle and have
Mhm.
better health. And it was so impactful because, as I said, this was all done just with us watching them in a matter, I want to say it was probably about 5 minutes. And it was
Uh,
awesome. And so, with that being said, we just want to make sure, once again, that, we can, that you don't have to have diabetes. You don't have to get the high blood pressure. You don't have to get cholesterol, high cholesterol, chronic kidney disease, all these different things that can lead to different diseases that us as African American females, we are prone to get because we're not moving. We're just
right.
not, we're
Yeah.
sedentary.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's so much we can do to help ourselves.
Yeah.
You know, there's so much we can do, and this is one way that we can help. This is one avenue that we can just take control of. That we have control of this. We don't have to look to any other outside factors. Like we have control of choosing to get up, choosing to find the time, and choosing to go do some sort of movement. And honestly, it's 30 minutes a day, and that will get you to that recommended CDC 150 minutes of movement. 30 minutes a day. That's not much. You know, when you and I'm guilty of it too. I know how easy it is. I am not saying it. anything knocking anybody because I don't know what's going on in people's lives, and I know
Yeah.
life does get hectic.
Yes.
However, if life throws a punch at you when it comes to your health, sometimes you can't come back from that. So there's certain steps that you can do to fend off, chronic disease, to fend off illness, to fend off your body just losing its mobility and its function as we age. As we age, our bodies aren't saying, "Oh, let me get
Mhm.
younger and let me get brighter and let me get more flexible and let me get skinnier. Let me do this."
None of
Your
that.
body is not. It's doing the exact
None of that.
opposite. It is starting to stiffen. It
All
is
of that.
starting to hold on to fat deposits. It is starting to move slower. It is starting to age. It is
Yeah.
feeling. It's a natural process. We all go through it.
Yeah.
But what can we do to help ourselves and help our bodies as we age and as we progress through this life? And if we don't take care of ourselves now, then at some point I we're just there's it's harder to bounce back from. You can bounce back from it when you're 20. You know, I could eat anything at 20 and lose, and I could do what I wanted to at 20. But if you're not 20 anymore, guess what? It's changing. You got to make some changes. You got to make
Yep.
some adjustments.
Yep.
You got to help yourself
Yep.
because
And that's why we're here with the field talk.
yeah,
That's
modern
why
medicine
we're
can only
here.
go so far. So,
Yeah.
help yourself.
All right. Oh, I lost your sound there. Where'd you go? I lost your sound, Norma. It's weird. It's not going on. Maybe it's on my side, though. But you can hear me, huh? That's weird. What's going on? Well, I know anyway. I mean, I know that we were going to stop a little bit early today. So I wanted to be mindful of your time. So, yeah. Yeah. Although I can't hear you, but it's so bizarre. What the heck is wrong with my little thing here? What's going on? Let's see. Yep, yep. Okay. Technical difficulties on my side, I guess. Okay. Alrighty then. Well, you can hear me, huh, Norma? Yeah. Oh, wow. That is so bizarre. Maybe it's my computer. Okay. Well, if you can hear me, did you want to go ahead and stop? Okay. All right. Thanks, everybody, for coming. I appreciate you. All right. Bye, Norma. Thank you. Have a good one.